Picking the right fishing lure for the day depends on the conditions of the water you're fishing, the weather, and the type of fish you're after. Today we're talking about some of the things to consider to increase your chance of picking the perfect lure. When the water is cold, a fish's metabolism is slower. They usually don't have the energy to chase a fast or obnoxious lure, and they don't want or need a large meal, so smaller, slower baits tend to be a better choice. Larger baits like spinner baits, chatter baits, and giant swim baits should be replaced with smaller, slower baits like underspins, small swim baits, jigs, Ned rigs, wacky worms, or live bait. Some fish like trout actually prefer the cold water, so they may actually get more active as the water gets colder, but they still tend to prefer smaller lures like flies, spinners, and small crankbaits. Depth. The correct depth to fish depends on several things. Some fish like perch and walleyes are often very close to the bottom, so jigs and deep diving crankbaits are great for them. Other species like crappies, bass, and pike move up and down in the water column throughout the day, usually hanging out closer to the surface in low light and deeper during the brighter part of the day. Target bass and pike with topwater baits in the low light hours and move to sinking baits or deep diving baits as the sun gets higher. Each species of fish has its preferred type of prey, and that can change throughout the season. For example, a largemouth bass tends to eat mostly crayfish and small baitfish during the spring, but will eat more bluegills and frogs in the summer as these prey become more abundant. Northern pike and muskie like to ambush prey from below, which could include a smaller fish or anything on the surface, including frogs, grasshoppers, mice, ducklings, or even muskrats. Doing some quick research can help you understand what a particular species eats and how it feeds. A northern pike's mouth opens upward, giving you a clue that it tends to hunt things from below. A carp or sucker has a mouth on the bottom, which helps it feed on things along the bottom of the lake or river. You can fish with artificial lures or with bait. Lures are meant to mimic a certain type of food item for a predator fish, which could include small fish, worms, leeches, frogs, dragonflies, salamanders, birds, and more. They rely on appearance, but also vibration and flash to attract predators in. Understanding what your target fish tends to feed on will help you be more successful at fishing. Choose brightly colored lures in murky water or natural colors in clear water. Rattle chambers in some baits are also helpful in murky water to help the fish find your lure. If you're fishing around a lot of vegetation, put the treble hooks away. They'll get stuck on every cast. Go with a single hook lure, or even better, a weedless lure like a frog or a Texas rig. You can fish in really dense vegetation if you use a weedless lure. Bait can be live bait like minnows or worms, or it can be things like dead minnows, dead shrimp, cheese, sausage, or bread dough. Lures are generally more expensive, but they don't stink or spoil like many types of natural baits do. Many natural baits also come off the hook very easily, so you have to rebait them often. There's a saying in fishing to match the hatch, which means that you should choose lures or bait that imitates the type of prey that can be found in that water body. If there are a lot of silvery 2-inch minnows swimming around, you might want to choose a silver lure that's about 2 inches long. If you see a lot of young perch around that the predators are likely feeding on, you should choose a perch-colored lure. I'm not saying that other lures won't catch any fish, but you'll often have better luck if you match the hatch. For more detailed information on rods, reels, lines, lures, and techniques, check out our Learn How to Fish playlist for a ton of helpful videos. Thanks for watching and good luck out there. We'll catch you next time.